Hey everyone, we're about to go into studio and talk to one of Canada's most prolific songwriters, Ron Sexsmith.
In every nowhere
Ron.
town.
Hello.
Congrats on the new album.
Thank you very much.
Part of this album was written, not recorded, but written in New Mexico.
Yeah, I mean, New Mexico's become this place where my wife and I, we seem to spend more time there. We have some friends, and they have a guest house where they let us stay. And so when I got there, she had rented me a guitar. The last few years I'd kind of gotten away from guitar, been writing more on piano. So I felt like I was kind of rediscovering this instrument, and I just started coming up with these ideas, for what would become the record. It was a surprise to me.
Because you weren't planning on a new record at that time?
No, in fact, at that point I was so disillusioned I didn't want to make any more records. It was the last thing I wanted to do was make another record. But I'm a songwriter, so that's what happens. Even when you don't want to, you just end up writing songs.
There are silent days.
Bob Rock, we think Metallica.
Yeah.
Motley Crue.
Ron Sexsmith. No, you don't think that.
And not immediately,
No.
but he did work with Michael Bublé.
That's right, yes. When I met him, we had breakfast in LA, and I knew we would have a lot of common ground. I knew that some people would find us an unlikely pairing, but I knew that he was a fan of all the English rock stuff that I grew up in, that I loved. And he's just a Winnipeg guy, and I needed the Bublé record, which I think would strike people more odd than working with me, but he's versatile, and my record certainly doesn't sound like Motley Crue or anything, although it rocks in a weird way for me, and I don't know, I just felt I was in good hands with Bob.
You said that new album is kind of rocking for me a little bit.
Yeah.
And it is more upbeat. It pushes a little bit more. I wouldn't say happier, because the lyrics are still a little bit at odds.
Definitely. And that's sort of a happy accident. And with this record, because I was feeling a bit disillusioned when I wrote the songs.
Even a little bit cynical, I'd say.
Yeah, for the first time, yeah. And that's not a frame of mind that I don't really welcome that. I've always tried to be optimistic and hopeful, but there was a bit of a healthy skepticism, I guess, more like it, or pessimism, perhaps. But the music sounded really catchy to me, and I thought that would offset because people, when they hear music, at first they hear the music, and then if they want to, they can dig deeper and hear what the lyrics are. But ultimately, I'm a pop songwriter, and I love when there should be some tension between the music and the lyrics, I think.
With this album also came a documentary.
Right.
Why did you decide to put on film and put images to making a record?
Well, it really wasn't my idea, It's
You
funny.
said yes.
I did say yes, but Doug, who made the film, who directed the movie, I guess for the longest time I didn't know what kind of movie he was hoping to get. I'm a fan of music documentaries personally, so although I'm not a fan of seeing myself in one necessarily, but I think
Leave that to us.
I was pleasantly surprised. I thought he made a good film.
You actually said not too long ago in an interview that this record made you feel like you could not only dream, but dream big for the first time in your career.
I think in a long time, yeah, I was dreaming big on this. Just the idea of working with Bob seemed so outrageous that when it finally happened, that was one thing. And I wanted to follow through with it, and I want to follow through with it on the road and put on a bigger show. But I've always tried to do that. You just do the best you can. But this record, yeah, I was dreaming big with these songs, and still am,
Ron's new album is called Long Player, Late Bloomer. We'll see you again next month.
I understand.